Hello everyone, I am Surrendal the Awesome, and I'm back, and I'm ready to look at some more r/JustNeckBeardThings. But before I get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if I can't convince you, perhaps this picture of my cat playing video games on my computer will convince you. And, random fact about my cat society is, well, he is certain that Lance Armstrong was the first man to land on the sun. Without further ado, let's get into this. So his first post here says, "This guy, ugh." And this person here says, "This is a good example of what's wrong with Western women. They have bad attitudes. They are vain and feel entitled. They don't take preparing to be a wife seriously. After a couple of decades of trying to date Western women who always had personality problems like this, I took a chance and looked into meeting a woman in certain parts of Eastern Europe or Asia." Well, guy, maybe they probably don't want to be a wife. I mean, that could be the case, considering how much things cost in America. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "There are agencies that pass emails between you and a few girls. I'm sure there are other ways of meeting them as well. I met my wife Elena. She is almost 20 years younger than I am, and on the whole, more beautiful than I could reasonably expect to get here in America. She was from Moldova, a really dirt-poor Eastern European country. She was absolutely thrilled to come to the US. She has all the classical wifely virtues. She comes from a place where girls are trained to be submissive to their husband, and she doesn't want equality. She just wants to be a good wife and mother, and she is. She is obedient. She regards me as the boss. In fact, she believes that men are superior to women." Why do I get the feeling that at least half of the stuff might just be a bit made up? Anyways, this person goes on to say, "She has traditional values, she's good at bed, she thinks that feminists are horrifyingly mental cases who think that they're men. Looking for a woman from one of these countries was literally the best decision I ever made. The hard part was to start, but these women, or at least my wife and a few others I talked to briefly, are superior in every way to the bossy, spoiled, vain Western women." And this person here goes on to say, "No one is saying that a woman should be submissive to every man she passes on the street. The idea is that a young girl picks a man she loves and trusts, she marries him, and then she submits and obeys. My wife submitted to me when we got married, and she's told me many times that submission to a man has made her feel more feminine and totally fulfilled as a woman than she ever was before. She's from Eastern Europe, through Moldova. The girls are taught that when they grow up, the man is the boss, and it's a wife's duty to submit. My understanding is that the same is true for a lot of Asian women too. For years, I dated Western women, mostly American, and they all had personality problems. They were selfish, vain, and or nuts." I think this guy's kinda repeating himself in some areas. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "I went to a dating agency that found Eastern European women for Western men. I was a little afraid that if I did something like this, I'd get a gold digger or something, but every girl I met seemed like real marriage material. They gave each man 6 candidate girls to start out. They would exchange our emails for us. I picked my present wife, Elena." Thought it was spelled with another A, not with another E. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "She was a doll, and frankly prettier than I was likely to succeed with in America, and 19 years younger than I am. The women over there are taught how to be wives as they grow up. By comparison, Western wives, she treats me like a king. Marrying my wife was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life." And this person here goes on to say, "Let me try to explain the man's point of view. Any man worth anything is simply constitutionally incapable of not providing and protecting." Wait, there's a constitutional amendment to this? I didn't realize that. I mean, at least I'm pretty sure there isn't. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "Females cause those systems in a man to turn on. We provide and protect." Well, I don't think Ted Bundy got the memo. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "We want to make you happy, even if you don't deserve it. Your femininity is blindingly apparent to us, and we honor it, even if you don't. Western women are mostly hard to deal with, selfish, vain, and neurotic. In my life, I solved this problem by getting a woman from the old world." Wait. I get the feeling that either A, this guy has a bad habit of repeating himself, like me, sometimes, or B, he's just posting different comments, mostly different, but more or less saying the exact same thing on different things. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "There are a lot of dating agencies that try to match Western men with women from Eastern Europe or Asia. I got a girl from a very, very poor Eastern European country called Moldova." You know, guy, at this point, with how many times you're mentioning Moldova, you might as well just tell us the history of Moldova at this point. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "She and the other candidate women I met briefly were clearly all raised with the traditional wifely virtues. She is happy to love me, submit to me as a male, cook, clean, raise our kids. She has no desire to be equal, and she's certainly not masculine. These women act like they like being girls. She is also 19 years younger than I am, and more attractive woman than I could possibly have here in America. By comparison, with the way American wives behave, she treats me like a king. When we go to her country to visit, her family are absolutely lovely to me, and always make me the center of attention. Deciding to try a little scary thing and get a wife from a poor country overseas through a dating agency was really the best decision I ever made." Okay. I'm gonna probably give this like 50 out of 50. Yeah, I kind of doubt that this is real, and this kind of sounds more like fan fiction to me. And also, if it's actually real, I get the feeling this guy's gonna probably appear on True Crime sometime, eventually. I think with that, that's gonna do it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started.